This is a video on the feeling of squeezing as one of the energy wave patterns we experience coming through. The energy waves I have picked up on this week have felt like a squeezing. I don't know if it's felt that way to anybody else, but I thought it could be good for me to do a video on squeezing because it does come up now and then as an energy pattern, globally and personally. The energy waves tend to get us in the solar plexus first, particularly if our shields are low. And it tends to make us want to hurry. We may feel panic. If our shields are particularly low because we've not been staying centered or meditating, then we may find we sort of react to that or lose our heads a little bit. But the key is to stay centered. Don't become a headless chicken. Do some regular meditations, maybe several small moments a day if needed, just to remind ourselves of our infinite, more expansive being. Every time I start these videos, the cat thinks I'm talking to her. It's very cute. Yeah, Squeaker, thanks. Standing in front of my script now. The process of squeezing tends to drive us to seek higher vibrations anyway. Everything works in polarity in this universe, so yeah, if we feel like we're being squeezed, if there are outside forces acting on us, then it's only going to drive us to more awakening. But it's good to be aware of that, so we're riding ahead of the wave, we're surfing the wave, we're not drowning in the sea. So the opposite of contraction, squeezing, is expansion. And I found it interesting that there was a bit of an aspect with the planet Jupiter the last few days, because Jupiter is a planet of expansion. If you look at the planet, it's just beautiful, all the wonderful colours, gassy, giant, wonderful planet. So if any energy coming in feels unpleasant, the key is not to fear it. Fear is a form of resistance. There was a great video by Deepak Chopra this week where he was on about don't resist existence. I thought that was quite good. Just become aware of what may be going on, breathe and observe the energy. And just be aware that any energy coming in is only waves and frequency. And all frequencies are ultimately a part of us because we're infinite. So that's a good way of being a bit less afraid and getting into a space of observation. And then when you're feeling more relaxed, if energy is concerning you, just look for how the energy is seeking to transform us into more like ourselves. There's always a silver lining with every cloud, so look for the healing in the frequency, or look for how it can move us into a place of greater healing. Just wrestling with this cat, she's very amorous. So yeah, even if something's been sent towards humanity that's quite negative, we can use that as our fuel in a way to help us be more positive. The qualities of the planet Jupiter are expansive, I was saying, and to take your mind off any concerns or any feeling of squeezing, you could get into a more expansive place. For example, spend time doing things that are associated with Jupiter, things that are jovial. That's what jovial means, kind of. So Activities like being with joyful friends. I just found that wonderful this week, just being in a really joyful social environment. I completely forgot everything I was worrying about. Um, Spiritual study and contemplation often seems to be really successful this time of year because we've got the vibration of the one, with it being January, and we're in a number one year as well. So perhaps overall this year, just contemplating our infinite being will be a really good thing, more than usual. It's always good, but it might be easier to do this year, or even more beneficial for humanity. And then, yeah, being in a beautiful open space, a sort of natural space or an outside space, somewhere that feels expansive. Thank you.